Hey Ziggy,
Hi, Ashley.
how you doing?
I'm doing good, just living life, the vibes.
That's good. That's yeah, always. I know the vibes. Trust me, I do.
How about
Um,
how are you
so
doing?
I'm doing good, girl. How are kind of tired, but you know what I say, we move. Always we move. Yeah, so thank you for coming onto the show. I really appreciate you being here. For those that don't know, Ziggy is a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and I'm really excited to be talking to her today because I just want to pick her brain a little bit. I want to pick your brain a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about. So yeah,
Okay.
I already asked you how you're doing. Um like just to start off, I know that you're a model and stuff. Actually, you tell the people like, what do you do? Like, who are you? What do you do?
Okay, hi guys. So as Shori said, I'm Ziggy. I'm a model and a dancer. So I'm based in Ottawa, but I'm trying to like work as much as I can so I can leave this city because it does not deserve me. So that's who I am.
Oh, girl. Okay. Throwing shots to the city of Ottawa like that. Okay.
I won't,
You
I
know,
won't do that, but it's still my home. But still, have to move to bigger things and better things. So yeah.
exactly. No, we have to progress, and if what is not going to help you, what's going to help you progress is not here,
Mhm.
then we must go.
Let's go, must move.
We must
Exactly.
go. We must move. Okay, okay. So talking about Ottawa, okay, and I ask every creative this because I like to hear the different perspectives. Because I am originally from Ottawa. I grew up in Montreal, but now I'm based in Ottawa too. Like we're both here. How do you feel about Ottawa's creative scene, and why do you feel like it won't cater to you?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
How do you feel about like Ottawa's creative scene? That's question number one.
Question number one. I would say it's pretty good, but then there's like I don't even know how to like there's some connections, yeah, like other creatives, you're trying to work with them, but then there's also like no love at the same time, according to me. So it's more like there's love, but there's no love at the same time. And then there's more like someone it's more like when you're with them, you show them love, but in real life, you actually don't like them. So I'll say like there's a little fakeness in the auto creative, according to
Mm-hmm.
my experience. Like fakeness, it's what is there. But if not, there's a lot of creatives who are there, but they're not discovered yet. If you know what I mean, like they're lacking someone to bring them out. So that's another thing. Like there's a lot of talented people in the city, but it's more like there's no one to bring them out, or
Mm-hmm.
everyone is just doing their own thing right there, right there. So the problem is like we cannot all come together and try to bring ourselves up. Everyone is just trying to like be in their own circle or their own corner.
I
So that's
agree
what.
with that. I actually really agree with that. I feel like there's not like a real platform. I mean, there are platforms, but it's like I feel like they haven't I feel like the ball hasn't like really started rolling in a way. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just not rolling. I don't know why. Like there's so much talent here, but like you said, no one's really putting themselves out there. Like
I live in Ottawa, but like I don't know the person who organizes things. Like maybe the Afro First, they're like this, and that. But it's more like they involve most like same people most of the times, or like they don't try to look for those small artists and bring them out. So like when I see of the people who are going there or the list of performances, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. But like, can you try to look for like small artists so that would help them to bring them out of the city type of
yeah,
thing?
exactly. There's so many like people I follow on Instagram, singers and rappers that are amazing. And I'm like, why am I just discovering this person? Like there's so much talent in the city and like I'm really I'm really one of my goals is to kind of like build a bridge because like I know some people in Toronto, I know some people in Montreal. Like I would love for them to come out here and perform and meet some of the talented people here and like bring them out and go and do things create bridges to like connect because Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto is really a trifecta. You know what I mean? Like when people say, yeah, like Ottawa, where are you from? Where, oh, I'm between Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. A lot of people say that. So, like, you know what I mean? A lot of people say that. Like, you see a lot of Montreal people in Toronto and Toronto people in Ottawa. A lot of, yeah. So, like, yeah, like I feel you when you say, like, there's not a lot of support. It's clicky, click, click, click.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and my second question is like, how do you? how do you feel like, why do you feel like, or how, in what sense do you feel like Ottawa won't benefit you and your career, like staying in Ottawa? Like what
First
way?
of all, like I'm a model, and in Ottawa, there's only two modeling agencies. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
thing. I want to
Mm-hmm.
go in like a city where the competition is higher. Because if
Mm.
there's no competition, it's going to push me to actually even work harder. Or here, like I don't have, yeah, I have competitors, but like not as much as I want them to be my competitors. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm more like in my comfort zone right now. But I want to go to a bigger city where there's more competition so I can leave my comfort zone. So that's the first thing. And the fashion here is just not, it's not it. It's not it, to be honest.
I love that philosophy. I love that you said that because I don't know, me, I can be very philosophical. Sometimes I think about life a lot. But the fact that you said that and at your age too, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Exactly. At your age too, like, and you're saying something, those are very wise words, like a lot of people don't think like that. They don't want to, a lot of people are afraid to go to places where there's competition because there's competition. Oh, how can I go up against all these people? But if you know what you bring to the table, it shouldn't be an issue. And even if someone says no to you, as long as you still know how good you are, it won't really affect you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Per
like
se.
value as a person.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna go really far. Keep that mindset. Like you're gonna go so far. And you're only 20 years old. Can you imagine Ziggy at 25? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I actually can't even. Wow. No, I can't even imagine.
Too
I'm
much for your brain.
it's too much. No, seriously, because you're already like, nah, man. Nah, keep going. You're gonna go so far. So far. So
Uh,
you're welcome. You're so welcome. So at the beginning of the interview, you said, we out here, we're just living life. We live life. What is
like,
your what's your philosophy on life? Like you seem to enjoy life to the fullest. You like to do things that make you happy. And that's one of the things I like about you the most. Like I don't feel
yeah,
stressed. I don't feel stressed when I'm with you. I don't feel anxious. I'm not thinking too far ahead and I'm not thinking about the past either. Like I'm in the present moment whenever I'm with you. That's why I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Yes. So what's your philosophy on life? Like what's your idea of life? Like what do you think?
I would say, first of all, as I said, you have to live life like each and every single day. Because after COVID, I was like, anything can happen. Like, you know how people died, people lost their families. Since that time, I was like, yo, I want to live life each and every single day. Because I don't know what could happen tomorrow. I don't know what could happen even after this interview. So
Big
right now,
facts.
something happens, I'm like, oh, I had a nice talk with Ashley. I'm going to appreciate the moment. So it's more like, appreciate the moment you have with people, whether it's the first time
Mm,
you meet them or you know them. Just, build a nice relationship and have good time because those are memories that you're going to cherish your whole life.
forever.
That's the first thing, like live life and just create good like relationship with people. That's what I would say. Like even though you don't like someone or something, just keep that good relationship with them because you never know when you're gonna need them.
It's facts. You
You never know.
never
So
ever know.
never. So those are like my two things. Like actually live life and then just create good relationship with people.
That's
That's my
good. That's
philosophy of
really, really good. Oh, that's so good. Honestly, that's
life.
great. Like I feel the same way a lot of the time. I feel that's one of my philosophies too. Like I just believe in being a good person, being kind.
Mhm.
You know what I
And
mean?
another thing, to be honest, is like being you is the best thing you could do. Just being
Hmm.
you. Don't force to be a certain type of person or don't force vibes because the moment you're you and you love yourself, people like you, like
People
naturally.
like you. Exactly. That's one, yeah, that's one big thing I learned
That's
too.
like, so
Yeah.
just you need, just walk in a room, show that you're confident. Everyone is gonna like you. Just be you, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly. And I feel like that's why we vibe too, because I feel the same way. Like I don't know how to be anybody else.
Yeah,
I don't
like I'm gonna show the real me. I know I'm crazy. I'm always dancing. I'm gonna do that, and people will like me for that.
exactly. And obviously, like there's more to us than just the fun, whatever side. Sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I don't want to talk, but that's still me though. You know what I mean? Like that's still who I am. So like you just have to find the right people who can understand that and who don't, you'll but as long as you're yourself, they'll come to you anyway. So yeah. So like where does your confidence stem from? Because you're very confident. You seem to have like a good head on your shoulders and you have a good idea of what you want. So where do you think all of that comes from? Like based on like maybe the way you grew up, your childhood, like where does it come from?
I would say childhood, and I would say dancing too. Dancing really built my confidence. Like it's actually like my life. Without
Mm-hmm.
dancing, I don't think I'll be like this. Cause first of all, dancing, like I started dancing at a younger age, but then I was more like forced to perform in front of people. I used to be a shy person. But then when I started performing little by little, dancing and everything, I started like feeling confident all of the sudden. So it's all because of dancing. And
Mm-hmm.
like everything I've been through in life just made me become confident of who I am. Because I'm like, if I'm not, then what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Because I
What
have
am
to make
I?
sure when I go somewhere, people see it and they feel like, yes, she know what she wants and what she likes and everything. So dancing in my childhood are the
Yeah.
things which give me confidence.
That's good because like you don't care, girl. You be cutting your hair, you shave it off, it grows a little bit, you shave it off, and you're then you're working a bald cut, and I'm just like, bitch. I'm like, bitch, yes, okay.
I cut my hair also changed my life because not a lot of people are able to do this. Like I once went bald. I remember I changed my hair color to this, and I was still going in the streets like that,
Yeah,
which really
girl.
beauty is not about your hair, your face. It's just who you are. Because even though when I was bald, people still liked me because
Yep.
my hair, but they still liked who I am as a person.
And
So
now it's your signature look. Like whenever people see Ziggy with hair, they don't recognize her, guys. Like
it's
they
not
don't
like you.
recognize her. Like when she did braids, like it's still braids still look really good on you, but like this is you. Like I just like seeing your face. Like you're just
Right?
yeah, exactly. That's really cool though. That's really cool. So like in terms of like your creativity, um, where does how do you what is your creative process? There we go. If I could ask a better lack of question, like what's your creative process? Where does your creativity come from, and what's the first step you take to like express your creativity, if that makes
First
sense?
of all, it comes from music.
Mm,
Literally, music inspires me, and sometimes I can hear certain lines in a song, or just seeing the visuals in a music video, or the person, like the artist and everything. That's where like it kind of like pushes me. I'm like, wow. Like for example, I see Tiana Tyra. You know Tiana Tyra, right? Maybe I see her performing at a show, her outfits, like her behind the scene, trying to build up the whole show. That's why it kind of like builds me to like my creative process. I'm like, okay, I'm getting some inspiration from this.
mm-hmm.
So that's where it first starts.
Okay, cool. So
So it's
like
not
mood, like a mood board.
like a mood board, but I mostly get my inspo from like music and like the small little things, right?
Okay.
And then after that, when the idea just comes in my head, I have to like step back a little bit because sometimes I'm excited, but it's just at the moment. So I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
have an idea, but let me chill a little bit.
Let me
Instead of
just
starting, oh, let me hit up this person, no, 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 no. I'm like, okay, let me chill. I'm gonna spend the whole week thinking about the idea that I have, the people who I want, and then see how I can proceed. Because I'm like, I
exactly.
don't want to just get excited and be like, oh, I have a photo shoot idea, no, 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 no. And then at the end of the day, nothing happens. So that's the first thing. I kind of take a step back and then spend time to think about it. Think about it. I'm like, okay, so if I need this, I should do this, and trying to get more inspo like on Pinterest. That's my second home.
Oh yeah.
Like when I have photo shoots, I just go there. And then after that, I'm like, okay, who do I need to finish this type of example
Mm-hmm.
photo shoot? I'll say that. So I'm like, okay, I need maybe a makeup artist because I cannot do my makeup like the way I want it to look like. I need a photographer, or sometimes like I direct my own shoots. I don't know why. So that's another side of me. So I'm like, I don't think I really need like a creative director. Maybe if it's like a big photo shoot. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I try to find like a photographer, makeup artist if I need one, or like location. And then once I see like they're down to do it, I also ask them if they have something to add on the table because I want to make sure we all do something that we like. So they give me ideas. I'm okay, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. I kind of add it to the table, and then as time goes by, I build it up, and then I make it happen.
Period. So you're like a
I'm
producer too. That's what producers do.
the producer. Yeah,
Basically, creative director, director, producer, all of
model.
that.
Because what I learned was like, if you're like whoever you are, like a model, like dancer, photographer, try to learn everything. Because maybe like be everything, if that makes sense.
And you
So,
can like that's why when
mm,
people say you can't do multiple things, it's like it you like obviously do as many things as humanely possible,
mm,
but like you could definitely do more than one or two things, like you know what I mean. Like I think I'm a producer, I'm a host, I'm a journalist, like I'm a dancer, maybe one day an actor too, like do you know what I'm saying?
why
So like
not?
So like it is what it is. Like you could definitely do multiple things, and I believe that you could, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
you could definitely say you're all those things. You can definitely say you're all those things. Yeah.
I feel like it's nice, and it's more like maybe I do style my own shoots. I'm a stylist. I can
Hmm.
do my own makeup. Then it's just I cannot take my own pictures and everything. But like I feel
Same.
like I'm a stylist. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing. I'm like I need someone to take them to look good, but still I'm like learn to do those little things, and
Yeah.
then
Because you
in case
never
you're not the
know.
stylist, you can style
You
yourself.
can style yourself. Exactly. That's why Meg the Stallion always does her own makeup. She
Right?
always
No,
does it most of
during
the
the time,
time.
she's like my big inspiration. She was like her own choreography, her own producer, her own creative director. I'm like, that's good. And then she sings. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah, man. That's really, really cool. Like it's really nice to like just I like the way you break things down, which is really important because you have to do things step by step, no matter what you do in life. You have to do it step by step. So that's really, really cool. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned about like working and collaborating with other people? Like what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
The big lesson, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
So the big lesson I've learned working with people and collaborating, right? It also comes back to the thing when I said building a good relationship with people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I work with maybe a photographer the FaceTime and I come with a bad attitude, I don't do things, they don't want to work with me anymore. But I realized every time I go there, positive vibes and playing music, they want to work with me again. So that's the first lesson. Is like the first time you work with a new team, build a good relationship with them because that determines if they want to work with you again or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally, that's like, because I've seen people be like, oh, they don't want to work with me anymore. I'm like, what did you do during the shoot? Like, oh, I did this. I'm like, probably that's the reason because you just came with negative vibes. You look lazy, you know? So, yeah, that's the first lesson. As I said, even before, build nice relationship with people. Another thing is just miscommunication.
Oh yeah.
That's literally like one of the biggest thing. Is like you hear maybe the photographer was like, oh, I said this, this time, oh, I said this, all because of miscommunication. So I would say that's another lesson I learned. Communication is good. Like even those small little details, maybe like, oh, she's no longer wearing red heels, she's gonna wear white ones. Just let people know. So it just doesn't end up creating confusion at the end of the day.
For confusion
So,
and conflict at the same time
mm,
too, because
yes,
you don't want that at the end of the day. Like you have to be aware that this is also like as much as like I know for you, as much as like you love modeling and it's fun, it's also like a job, you know,
exactly,
a
yeah.
job. So you have to think about all that stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, the last one I would say is time management. I've
Oh
been on
yeah.
shoots where they make me stay for too long and they're not even paying me the hours I'm there and everything. So like as much as I can say what I learned is guys, time management is important. If it's like from 5 to 9, it should be 5 to 9.
Yep.
If the whole day, let the person know, oh, you're gonna be here the whole day, or you're gonna be here for 2 hours. Because what if you told me 2 hours, then I'll end up staying there the whole day?
The
Like maybe
whole
I had
freaking
planned out to.
day. Like I have a life too, you know?
I have a life too. So if you tell me the whole day, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna put other plans on top of it. But if you don't tell me and then it's 9 o'clock, I'm like, I want to go home. It's like, oh no, we still haven't done this. I'm like, you didn't
No,
tell
I don't think so. You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me
me.
that shit.
I also had a problem like on set. Like I got mad though, because it was my time. They told me from 4 to 9. So I'm like, 4 to 9, perfect. Then my friend had like a birthday party at 11. So I'm like, okay, I'll be there after my shoot. But then they kept me the whole time from 4 to 9. We did not even like progress anything. Then I got mad. I'm like, you could have told me I should be here this whole day. Now my friend is calling me because I'm not there, and I promised her that I'll be there. All because of like lack of communication and then time management too.
It's really, and it's those small things that reflect the bigger picture all the
Mm,
time. Like
it's
if you
not,
don't
right?
tell me one little thing, it might skip over the next thing, which might create a domino effect to make a whole disaster. Like, you know what I mean? Like just small things like that. I hear you.
It was my first time working with them, and I'm like, probably I created a bad image, but it's just for myself as a person. Like, I know it's my first time, but time is also important. Like,
Exactly that. And like it's perception is everything, right? At the end of the day, if they can't see your point of view that you were there all day and that whatever, like it's up to, like, I know you can't you can't really do anything about how someone sees something. That's what I always tell myself. Like, I don't try to force people to understand my perspective or to understand my
Exactly.
view, because at the end of the day, like, unless I put myself in their shoes, then, or they put themselves in my shoes, like literally, then they won't really get it. They can. So I hear you on that 100%. Like, time management, communication, like, yeah, like, the guys, this interview started at, I said 7:30. Ziggy was online at 7:30. I
You
said
saw
yes. I saw Mercy has entered the chat. Mercy.
him. Literally, I'm like, she said 7:30. I'll be here by 7:30.
Yep. And I was ready to. I was really looking forward. I think out of all the episodes that I filmed this season, this is probably my favorite one. Like, I just have so much fun talking to you. And I definitely, you're gonna be a guest on the show again. Hopefully with COVID, hopefully I can get like a studio, some studio time, speak manifestations, sign Jesus, please. So you know what I mean? So yeah, like, honestly, I really enjoy talking to you. But I have like a few more questions. So my next question for you is, listen, my girl is over here getting big corporation deal partnerships. Okay. How was it like collabing with Forever 21? Please tell me.
Oh, talk about it. Today I received a package from Forever 21.
Oh, really? You see? Okay. Tell us about that.
They sent me more clothes. They're like, oh, we love working with you. Last time we want more content from you. So they sent me more clothes. I was like, yo, listen, guys, don't force things. If it's yours, it's yours. That's what I'm
Period.
going to say.
Period.
Even though it takes time, just wait a little bit, be patient. But when your thing comes, it's going to come. Because
Period.
the last thing I thought about
Amen.
my whole life is having a partnership with Forever 21. I never thought about that my whole life. I never. But then it happened because it was meant to be and it was mine. It was mine.
That's on period.
So that's what I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, your girl has a partnership with Forever 21. So soon I'll be dropping content with the clothes they sent me, the vibes.
Please, if they invite you to like a VIP party and they say you can bring friends, don't forget me. Don't forget.
She'll be like, I have my friends, I have my friends.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm really happy for you. That's really, really good. Like, I'm happy. Like, so how did they approach you? Like,
So there's a time I was viral on the internet, like the project I did, it was everywhere, left, right, up, down. They followed me. So I was like, oh, Forever 21 started following you. So I was shocked. I was like, so they followed me the morning after Viola Davis reposted me, you remember? So the
mm-hmm.
morning after, I was just checking my things, like, oh, Forever 21 started following you. So I was shocked. I was like, wait, this even exists? Because you know how they went bankrupt and everything. So I was like, wait, I think they're about to reopen or something. So I was
Yeah.
just fine. I see they check my stories, this and that. And then my little brother was like, you know what? What if you just talk to them and be like, oh, thank you for following me. Maybe, just create something. I was like, I'm going to do that. So I'm like, oh, hi, Forever 21 Canada. Thank you very much for following me. I appreciate it. Like, oh, and then they respond me like, I don't know who the person, like maybe who handles social media, right? They're like, oh, great. We love your content. We wanted to ask if you'd be down for a collaboration or partnership with us. I was like, why not? Why not? Let's do that right now.
That's my friend the model. That's my friend the model. Period.
Everything. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's do this. Like, okay, just send me your email, then I'm gonna send it to the person who's like in charge of partnerships and everything. A couple of days after I receive an email, hi Zeeggy, would like to have a partnership with you, this, and that. They just explain to me their details, this, and that. I was like, nice, this is how it feels like. And then they told me like to choose like 3 outfits that I want. And then all I have to do was like, create content, and then the rest is history. We cannot go deep into more details, but yeah, they said, yeah, it's just,
It's okay, girl. I understand. It's
like,
okay. But I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm honestly very, very happy for you. You're doing amazing already. And I'm proud to call you my friend, honestly. It's really, really cool. You are a bundle of joy, that I enjoy talking to. We're wrapping up on time here, but is there anything that you want to say? What can we expect from you in the next couple of like months, I guess?
So for the moment, I'm not gonna promise anything, to be honest. I don't want to promise anything because I've been working more on me as a person. I haven't been doing a lot of shoots. I'm just trying to work on me
You always
as a
need that.
person. So I won't promise anything, but just know I'm still gonna provide you guys with more content. But I'm not trying to promise anything at the moment. So
Okay.
I'm
You
just
gu-
hoping for bigger things and better things.
you guys could follow Ziggy on Instagram. You guys could go check out her website. Her website is now up with her portfolio and everything on there. I'm gonna link her Instagram and everything. People will be able to follow you and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for coming onto the show, Ziggy. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming onto Real Talks with Ash. Until next time.
Bye.
Until next time. Okay. Bye, love.
Bye.